It's not a vacation, for sure, but it is real life. And today I want to show you what my daily life in France actually looks like. Hi, I'm Karen, and welcome to Designing Freedom. This channel follows my journey from Florida to Europe, building freedom to work less and live more. In my last video, I talked about how French school helped support my long stay visa application for France. And today I want to talk about what that decision actually created. So I chose to study at Alliance Française in Normandy, and I chose accommodation with a French host. That meant school every morning, breakfast and dinner, and daily French conversation built into my life. One of the unexpected gifts of studying at Alliance Française has been my classmates. Honestly, it feels like studying with the United Nations. There are so many people from different countries, different languages, different accents, different ages, completely different reasons for being in France. There's a real camaraderie. We laugh a lot, we encourage each other. Everyone knows what it feels like to be the person who can't find that word. But that's something I think that Alliance Française does very well. The classes are serious, but they're also really fun. There's grammar, there's tests and listening exercises and writing assignments, but there's also a lot of conversation, culture, humor, and encouragement. And when you're trying to do something big later in life, move countries, learn a language, and start again, you need environments that make things feel possible. For me, Alliance Française has been more than a language school. It's given me structure, routine, classmates, and a safe place to make mistakes. At first, I took the bus to school, but after a month of late buses, missed buses, buses that didn't arrive, and the stress of getting back in time for my US workday, I realized I needed more control over my schedule. So I bought a car in France, and that became its own little adventure. Before I bought the car, I visited 2 dealerships and in very slow French, started learning how the whole process works. I learned about carte grise, which is the vehicle registration document. I learned about the critère sticker, which are environmental stickers used for certain low emission zones. And I learned about the different types of car insurance. I also discovered that when you are new in France, there can be extra obstacles. For example, if you don't have a French bank account, car insurance can cost more. Luckily, I have a Wise account, and my Euro account there qualified for the discount. I had first tried using an agency that helps foreigners buy cars, but when that didn't move quickly enough, I decided to do it myself. So I called someone from an online advert in French, rather slow French, but it worked, and he was so kind and so patient with me. A week later, the car was delivered to my door by a lovely driver from Lille, who spent the journey back to the station telling me how wonderful Lille is and how he would never leave. One small language lesson I learned through this process: don't call a car seller a dealer in France. In French, dealer usually means a drug dealer. For cars, you want to say concessionnaire. Nothing is just one thing. Everything is part of learning. But it's great, it's wonderful. Speaking of practical lessons, I learned something very important about pharmacies in France. If you have a headache and need medicine, you don't just pick up headache pills at the supermarket the way you might in the US. Most pharmacies are closed on Sundays. I learned this, of course, when I had a headache on a Sunday. One of the most special parts of this whole experience has been dinner. I'm staying with a retired French lady who doesn't speak English, so every evening we speak French. Sometimes I start a sentence with no idea how I'm going to finish it. But little by little, dinner has become one of the most valuable parts of my day. This is where French becomes real. I'm not just learning French from a textbook. I'm learning it at the dinner table. And those meals are amazing. I've been here for 2 months, and I have not had the same dinner twice. She cooks with fresh, local, seasonal produce, and every meal is healthy and wonderful and very French. There's also always a beautiful selection of local Normandy cheeses, as well as cheeses from other parts of France. And through those dinners, I'm learning so much about everything, more than just vocabulary. I'm learning culture, how people eat and how they talk, how they shop, and how they think about food and daily life. Language learning is not just about grammar. It's about connection. It's about listening and being willing to participate, even when you don't have all the words. It's about letting yourself be a beginner. So that's my daily life right now. French school in the morning, remote US work in the afternoon and evening, and French conversation at dinner. A classroom full of people from all around the world, and a host who helps me practice every day without speaking English. A car I somehow managed to buy in French, and a growing list of practical lessons from critère stickers to Sunday pharmacies. In the next video, I'll share more about what it's really like living with a French host, the dinners, the conversations, cultural lessons, and what I've learned from speaking French every single day. Here's to freedom, courage, and finding where we belong. I'll see you in the next video.